Welcome to the final round of the Limpopo Championship, coming to you from the province known for its bushveld and wildlife reserves, and also the home province of the man who leads the way at Euphoria Golf and Lifestyle Estate after 3 days of play. Scoring was made tough by the windy conditions, and players had to stay patient as they went in hunt for birdies. This is what's at stake. It's what the rest of the field is all playing for, to be the one standing tall and lifting the trophy at the end of the day's play. Louis Diaga was well placed in the chasing pack after the third round, having shot 67, 64 and a 71, and left himself with a great chance of collecting another trophy for his mental peace. Conditions were tough on day 3, but defending champion JC Ritchie was on the grind, on his way to posting the low round of the day, an impressive 5 under 67, which left him in a great position to successfully defend his title.
For most of the day, I tried to enjoy it, but really struggled to. I think it was a big grind. I felt like someone was going to run away. Jock looked like he was going to run away from us. And I think everything just slowed down. The scoring slowed down. No one was going anywhere, and that made it a little bit easier to accept that the scoring conditions are tough. It wasn't easy to make birdies, to just stay patient, wait for them to come. I think just trying to give yourself as many chances as possible. I think I said that last year as well. It's just that kind of golf course where if you give yourself enough chances, the greens are decent, you'll make putts eventually.
And the men they were all left chasing at the top on 16 under par is Jacques Kruiswijk after his third round 3 under 69. The hometown favourite is looking to claim his first co-sanctioned title with the Challenge Tour.
It was difficult out there today. The wind picked up quite a lot now, especially on the back nine, and with a couple of tough flags, tight flags, it made it difficult for scoring. So, I just kept a cool head. Obviously, the back nine wasn't my best back nine ever, but the front nine covered that, and I'm still feeling really good.
The 27-year-old has been in great form lately and relishes being in the heat of the battle.
This is where we should be. I keep on saying this. This is where I should be every single week. I should be contending to win tournaments, and I feel comfortable where I'm at now. And I'm just excited to tee it up.
Good afternoon, everybody, to this final and exciting day's play of the Limpopo Championship. I'm Alan Michelle, in booth commentator, and we'll be joined a little later with OG Malefi on course, and he'll also be joining us in the box a little bit later. We'll have some players coming through. Let's have a look at the weather. 31 degrees, the wind is 14 k's an hour, playing a little bit of havoc with the players. Humidity not too bad. Let's have a look. What's happening on the leaderboard? JC Ritchie has got a one-shot lead over Ninaba. Henny Duplessis, Jacques Kruiswijk having a bit of a tough start. A few guys coming through and making their way up the leaderboard. Daniel Young, Anthony Michael, fine 68s. Always good in the last day's play. All results in more money. Christian Basson, 69. He was 5 under at one stage. Made a few bogeys coming in, but he knows how to shoot low on the final day. Amazing cultural history in this area. great animal life, as you've seen. Lots to see and enjoy. Birdies are what the players are looking for. Beautiful one in this little tree. Hopefully we'll see a few with the little white ball. Let's have a look what's happening with the live action. This is the 9th tee. So what you'll be seeing the whole day is this white butterflies called the monarch butterfly, and they apparently are migrating to Madagascar. Quite amazing. JC Ritchie, tournament leader and defending champion. Reachable par 5, tough tee shot, bunker down the left and a big tree on the right hand side. Sloping fairway, as you'll see. Absolutely perfect. Diaga. Settle down. He's going to have that big tree in his way, and he's 3 over for his round. Not the start he wanted. Jacques Kreiswijk, unfortunately, coming off a double bogey on the 8th hole. He's dropped back to -13. Hopefully that'll settle him. Chance to make a birdie 4. Got the first part right, finding the fairway. Volker Ninaba, he's second to the par 5 9th. He has already made an eagle today on the par 4 7th. Eagle 2. And a great chance for his second eagle of the day. Gives us some idea. Anton Haig, 4 under through 14. So good to see Anton playing well again. He's worked really hard in his game to find that form he had early on in his career. 6-time winner Jake Russ going along really well through 13, moving forward. Neil Skiddercat was in the booth with us yesterday, gave us great insight on many things. Seems like all the guys that were in the booth are playing well today. Jaco van Zyl, 14-time Sunshine Tour winner. Anthony Michael, 68. Daniel Young, 68. Let's have a look the 2019 winner. JC Ritchie and a player for Steve Surrey. Look at the second shot to par 5 18. And there you had it, JC Ritchie, the 2019 win. And he is leading again in 2020. Wouldn't that be great if he could put his name on that trophy again? Ninama for eagle, and he's come up woefully short. But still, started well, 3 under today, 2 birdies, an eagle, a bogey on the par 5 third, which is his 4th bogey this week on par 5s, and for such a long hitter, it's quite strange. Daniel van Tonder for his birdie. And that just slips by. Back to Volkan Inaba. This would be a tie for the lead. Well done, Volker. Well, our first guest into the booth today, Tebogo Safatsu. Welcome, Tebogo.
Thanks, Al. Thanks for having me here.
I see definitely a little bit of wind up there today.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's made the conditions a bit tricky out there. A bit more trickier than yesterday, but yeah, the course is playable and is gettable today. As you can see, some of the boys are making a charge.
Yeah, definitely some good scores and some overpass scores though. Some of these leaders. Henny Duplessis.
Yeah, Henny, has actually been playing quite well over the season. Yeah, he's a great prospect, and we expect great things of him.
He certainly is. He's had some injury problems like everybody has. And it's good to see you finding some form.
Yeah, definitely.
A couple of weeks back to what we know you can do.
Exactly. You know, the old bully is actually beginning to find some form and actually enjoying the game again.
Yeah, and they kind of go hand in hand, don't they? The enjoyment normally comes when you're playing better, though, and it's hard to if you're not playing well to enjoy the game. But somehow you got to find that combination because it does work well. No,
it does. You know, at the end of the day, you know, you got to enjoy it first before you get the results. You know, it's a process, and you got to go through it. Louis de Acha here has got a difficult shot here. Long iron out, trying to carry the tree on number 9. Pretty much looks like he's laying up here.
Yeah, I wonder if he's far enough back to get over that tree. It almost looks like he wants to go a little bit right and hook it in, but not easy to hook the ball out of thick rough.
Yeah, definitely. And the wind was actually playing down off the left or on 9, so I don't know if he can manage it. If he does, it will pull it off.
He's certainly had a rough start. 3 bogeys the first 8 holes. He needs something special. He's going for the big high draw.
Not a bad result from there. You know, he's given himself a chance to up and down there. You know, plenty of space. Flag is probably 20 on or from the left and 4 from the left. So yeah, lot of green, lot of space.
Yeah, he's done really well. I mean, he needs to get himself back into the contention, get a birdie and get things going in the right direction. So does this young man, Jacques Kreiswijk. He's had treacherous last 2 holes, 5-5 bogey double, but only 3 behind the lead.
Yeah, definitely. Man with a lot of firepower, so he could easily get the back 9. You know, he's gone through some issues, but yeah, he's very confident in the moment. His game is resurgent. Good shot there.
Yeah, I think resurgence is a good word. Because when he's on form, he certainly goes low. When he got his European Tour card, he won second stage and he came second at final stage. So he certainly knows what to do. Cape Town Open winner. Played well last week. Third in the IVE Africa PGA Championship. Had a putt to get into the playoff.
Yeah, definitely. You know, like you said, he's had all these good finishes. Very intense player. But yeah, that's what gets him going. So he's actually great to watch. You know, it actually means that much to him. He wants to succeed by any means necessary. So yeah, big ups to Jacques Raceman.
JC Ritchie. Certainly playing the most consistent golf for the last couple of days.
Yeah, there's also another player who's coming into his own the past 4 seasons. You know, after winning the Zim Open, he's just flourished since then. I think he's oozing confidence, and yeah, it's great to see the kind of talent that the Sunshine Tour is bringing out.
And another great shot from JC Ritchie. Yeah, like De Borger said, the last 2-3 years, JC's been up there in just about all the events, and I think he's going to take some beating today. These players, I can't see him falling down, and they're going to have to go and make 3 or 4 birdies coming in their back 9.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he knows how to cross the finishing line, so he's done it more than once, twice actually. So yeah, I think it's for him to win it this week. But yeah, we never know with this game. It's forever changing.
There was Jan Stantorp, the Swede, 30-year-old. He's had 2 Challenge Tour wins. Last one coming in 2017. This is the man in a booth, De Borger Twatsu. Yeah, De Borger, your part in 18.
Geez, actually felt longer than what it looks. You know what I mean? I guess the older you get, the shorter ones actually do feel longer.
Yeah, it's certainly on television, the putts look longer, shorter than what they really are.
No, definitely. It was probably a 4 or 5 footer, you know, left to right breaker. You know, those are usually not the easy ones, but yeah, good to hold one.
Look, it's always good to play in the last couple of days, and maybe a bit of a disappointing day, but it's good to see you back up there, and I'm sure you're looking forward to next week and data and all these things and the next year.
No, definitely. You know, all it is, you know, the weekends build confidence. As much as we want to move up, things happen, golf happen, but yeah, when you're in the weekend or playing Saturday, Sunday, you know, you're just building confidence and you take the positives to the following week.
Absolutely. Anton Haig, another who we haven't seen up on the leaderboard that much as we wanted to see him, and it's great to see him back to the potential he has.
Yeah, look, he's a great potential. You know, obviously he won the Johnny Walker when he was very young. I think, as he admits, probably happened too soon for him. You know, so it's an adjustment. Obviously he's been at the pinnacle of the game, and he fell off a bit. Changed man now, and he's working himself back up as a score show.
I mean, he admitted in many articles of all the vices that he had, unfortunately, that came from that, and he's got through those dark times, and hopefully we'll see him some good players. Leo Diaga, a little right to left, I'd say, to walk from there.
Right to left, yeah. Bit into the green. Great chip from there. You know, anytime you can chip it up to 3 feet, and yeah, easy birdie putt, uphill, left to right putt.
Had a chat to him earlier. He's got a 8:30 p.m. flight out to Australia. He, in the category that he is in Europe, he needs to take whatever start he can get, and he thinks he's going to get plus minus 15 starts. So he'll be finishing, rushing straight off, new clothes to the airport.
Yeah, it's a tough one. You know, obviously with that category he's got, you know, he can't really plan his season as well as he wants to. You know, he gets last-minute calls, and yeah. Not too sure what the flying time is to Australia, but I know it's quite a bit.
Yeah, it's long. All right, Jacques Raceman. Sure, he's very glad to have an eagle putt after those last couple of holes. But He would have had to put that behind him. Start again.
I don't see him leaving the short. He's a very aggressive player. Should see this 3 feet past the hole. Oh, slightly tentative there by Jacques.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah. I guess sometimes we just got to let the player do the thing first and then and see what happens. But yes, it's not like him. Obviously, last group, there's a bit of nerves. You know, you always want to be there and around. You know, you don't want to make any silly errors. But yeah, I think he should be able to consolidate that putt.
JC Ritchie, uphill eagle putt. Probably the best place to putt from, Tebogo.
Yeah, definitely. It has less break from down there. You know, if anything, it's a straight or slightly right to left putt. But yeah, I guess it's uphill, and the harder you hit it, the less it breaks. It's not wasting time, you know, finishing it off. That's a sign of a confident putter that, you know, when they don't waste time, they just finish off the next one.
Yeah, like we just said, those putts are a little longer in reality, and didn't worry him. Opening 9 of 33. Didn't make a bogey yesterday, so that's 27 holes without a bogey, at least.
Yeah, that's a fine job. That tells you that how consistently he's playing. Probably finding a lot of fairways, a lot of greens, and his putting is real good. And when he's out of position, he can get himself back into position.
Yeah, he certainly is a great putter. Kreiswijk for his birdie 4.
Nicely done by Kreiswijk. That should give him a bit of confidence into the back 9. It will fire him up. As we know, very intense player. So looking forward to seeing the fireworks from Kreiswijk in the last 9.
Leo Diaga, this would be a fantastic birdie from behind that tree on the right hand side.
Yeah, that's nicely done. You know, anytime you can be out of position and you know, pull off a shot like he did for a second and come off with birdie, you know, should give him confidence. Yeah, he's heading in the right direction.
Henry Duplessis, par 4 10th. Bunkered down the left-hand side. Tebogo, we've been speaking to most of the players that have come in yesterday, that it's quite a wiry rough, coarse grass, and you can either get lucky or it's really difficult to get through it.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, sometimes it might actually sit up or it goes straight into the grass. And once it sits up, you know, you bring the flyer into play. And when it sits down in the rough, you'll be quite lucky to advance it 120 meters. You know, it was probably a bit more difficult this morning after the rains yesterday. So you pretty much can't get the club through the ball, you know. So yeah, it's a wiry grass. When it's dry, it's playable. Once it gets wet, it's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, we had a bit of a storm come through last night. So did you find the fairways weren't running as much as yesterday?
Yeah, definitely. The first 8 holes weren't running as much, but you know, once the sun properly came down, it dried everything up quickly, and everything was back to normal.
So halfway through the final round, JC Ritchie takes a 1-shot lead in the Limpopo Championship. The long-hitting Volko Ninaba already made an eagle 2 on the 7th of par 4. Yeah,
that Volko, you know, I've heard great things about him. I saw him at the Eye of Africa hitting golf balls. You know, he looks like the real deal. You know, obviously, time will tell, but looks to be a very great prospect.
Kruger moving a little bit backwards today. For Ninaba. That pin is way back on 10. Must have looked good in the air.
Yeah, definitely. You know, obviously that pin is quite a far back. It's 36 on and 4 from the right. Yeah, once you pitch it up top there, it actually runs away from you. So it might have looked good in the air. Obviously, it's downgrain from there. So yeah, it's not a bad putt to have from there.
Yeah, you'll have an uphill putt. Again, just a hands and arms pitch from a 430-meter par 4. I'm not sure what the average pro is hitting in there.
Yeah, average pro. Well, I'd like to think I'm average, you know. So I had 150 meters to the flag today. So it actually shows you how far these young guns are hitting it now. So you probably find that he's hit at 350 plus off the tee box. So yeah, it helps when you got that kind of firepower.
He hit a tee shot on 14 yesterday. Literally a few meters short of the front bunker.
Yeah, that's insane. You know, we're just struggling to get to the corner, and these guys are trying to actually drive the greens.
JC Ritchie working it left to right. Par 4 10th.
Yeah, just overdid it a bit. You know, wind is off the left there. So yeah, once you shape it left to right, it just accentuates the shape. But yeah, not a bad position to be there. You'll probably have nothing more than a 9-9 in.
Quite an intimidating tee shot when you stand on that tee box. I mean, it's easy for us to look back on the camera angle, but you don't see the left side of the fairway off the tee, and the right kind of feels like it's much closer. Yeah,
definitely. You know, most of the tee boxes here, everything looks visually intimidating, but once you get down to the fairway, you see that you got a lot of room to play with, whether it's left or right. I guess this is part of that golf design. You know, just to intimidate you of the tee box, but. That's why, you know, you play your practice rounds, you understand where you got to hit it, where the spaces are, and then you just play for them.
Yeah, I think it's certainly one of those courses where the more you play it, the more you learn where the bailout areas are, and everything seems a bit better. Sometimes when you first play a course, it's like, wow, how am I going to get through this?
Exactly. Everything just looks tight off the tee box. But yeah, very generous fairways. You know, obviously you really have to hit a skew to find the long grass. But yeah, you got to know where your bailouts are. Very important.
Kreiswijk.
Very powerful player.
We spoke to our commissioner, Salva Nathan,
The
Limpopo earlier, and this is what he said.
Is the first of 3 events co-sanctioned with the European Challenge Tour. And it's a great opportunity for the Sunshine Tour pros as they compete both at Coral Creek and Euphoria Golf and Lifestyle Estate.
This relationship that we've had with the European Tour is some 18 or 19 years old. And the Challenge Tour is a real opportunity for our players to get a new platform to get onto the European Tour and onto the US Tour in time to come. So we're delighted with the partnership. We're hoping that our players perform, and through this we're swapping certain invitations through the 3 events that our players that finish high up in these events in the Challenge Tour will get another 3 or 4 opportunities to play in different countries around Europe and Asia that the Challenge Tour goes to. So it's a new endeavour, and hopefully it works, and a big congratulations to the staff and everybody that have helped make this happen, and the sponsors and the people involved, with all the Europeans coming to what effectively is the real Sunshine Tour. It's something that we've had and developed so many great players through, and we're excited with the prospect of all.
Well, Tebogo, we wish you all the best in your next few events of this season, and the new season will be starting soon in April. And thank you for coming into commentary. And we'll see you next week and hopefully the week after.
Thanks, Al. Thanks for having me. Yeah, looking forward to the next 2 weeks. And yeah, like we said, one shot at a time, one hole at a time, and yeah, one round at a time. And we'll see where we end up.
Yeah, I'm sure we can get that win you got at the Bearing Man, and was it 2012 at Lindauer?
Yeah, 2012. It's actually a long time ago, but it actually feels like yesterday. Still get goosebumps thinking about it. Have good vibes. I don't think I'm far off from that standard of playing. But everything comes with confidence. I just got to keep building confidence, and yeah, let the chips fall where they may.
There you go. You just keep remembering that win. Thank you, Tobacco. This is what they're playing for. This beautiful trophy. JC Ritchie has already had it. His name on it last year. Can he have it again? JB Kruger not having his best first 9-3 over par. He's second. Had a chat to him earlier in the week, and his win he had in Asia last season, very important because it got him onto the Japanese tour as well, which is massive, and he's looking forward to big prospects going forward. So we just said goodbye to Tebogo Safatsu, and we've just got Matthias Calderon now, 2018 Eye of Africa PGA champion, and welcome, Matthias. It was almost a double win for you a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was close. It was close. It was a very good run, especially that last day. But yeah, very happy with that result. I mean, it hurt to lose the playoff, but yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, final round 64, 8 birdies, no bogeys, if I can remember.
Correct.
And to be honest, I thought you had him in the first playoff hole. When he hit it short left, I thought, oh, I don't think he can get it up and down from there. But Darren has got a fine short game, and that's golf.
Yeah, that was a very, very classy up and down. I mean, I had a feeling that he was going to up and down there. He's a very good player, obviously. So, yeah, it's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, and quite ironically, you both had the same putt. I think it was the second playoff hole where you had an uphill about 10-footer, and Darren had it in real play. Just short left of the hole, or maybe it was the second playoff hole. And you both, it looked like you actually it bounced after you hit it. That's why I came up a little bit short, that putt.
That's a good question. I don't remember about jumping there. I think on the second playoff hole I just pushed it, if I remember correctly. But yeah.
You missed it short left.
Oh, then I didn't push it.
Anyway, there was a lot of times you played that hole. OG, how are things happening down there on the course?
Alan JC Ritchie, he's second into the 10th at 165, hit it into the rough. And wind also coming from the left, doesn't look too happy about that shot. Kreiswijk also, his ball sitting a little bit deep in the rough on his second shot into the 10th.
OG's lie looks a little bit thick there.
It is indeed. He might catch a bit of a flyer here. That rough not looking great at this point.
Matthias, we've been talking the whole week about the rough, and it's a very coarse grain and a little bit unpredictable.
Yeah. These long grass is actually very unpredictable. The surface is quite sandy, so sometimes you really get those flyers, but some other times you get a really, really soft ball flight, so it's very hard to judge.
And what are your plans for the rest of the year? Besides, we really enjoy having you at the Sunshine Tour every time you come out. Are you playing on the South American Tour, or what are your plans?
No, at the moment I'm just focusing on the next 2 weeks, trying to keep my car here on the Sunshine Tour, and then I'll see what comes after that. Obviously last year I struggled with an injury for about 6 months, so I don't really have any other status. So yeah, I'm just focusing on the Sunshine Tour at the moment.
Some great views from, there's 2 cable cars that go up and down from the clubhouse. And on top of the clubhouse there's a little, at the top of the cableway, there's apparently a little bar where you can have a drink. Have you been up there this week?
No, I haven't actually. I played in the afternoon here the second round, so I didn't really have the time to go up there.
Neil Skiddycat, he joined us in the booth yesterday, and he's going along well with the opening 3 under 33, eagled the 9th. He's coming up a little bit short. That's the 11th, the par 4, shortish par 4. That pin is just above that ridge. JC Ritchie. He's long and left on 10. Matthias, what kind of shot has he got from there?
He's got quite a little bit of green there to work with. It will depend on the lie, though. Obviously, on this rough, sometimes you can get it pretty deep there. But with his short game, it looks like a pretty doable up and down.
Yeah, I think his lie looked okay when I saw it land. Yeah, good shot there from JC Ritchie, and a good opportunity to save his par. So, you are lying 50th at the moment on the auto merit, but there's probably about 4, 5 or 6 guys that'll come out that. And I know, you know, you're always trying to finish top 50 because then you know you're exempt into all the big events. Makes your life a little bit easier. You're traveling easier. I think you'll be all right.
Hope so.
You had 2 big events, Cape Town, Dimension Data, and obviously the top 50 get into the Tour Champs. So that's what Matthias will be trying to do. Ludiaga. We spoke a little earlier, he'll be finishing this round and rushing straight off to the airport to fly to Australia tonight. To play on the European Tour. It looks like the greens are a little bit quicker today. Is that true, or is this my imagination?
They have been getting quicker with the week, which is quite impressive, actually. They have improved throughout the week. They've gotten dry, a little firmer. They're still quite soft, but a little firmer. And yeah, they're definitely rolling better.
Kreiswijk. Toughish first 9. Birdie the 9th. Left to right from here. He had a good line there, just needed a little bit more oomph. JC Ritchie to maintain his one-shot lead. Well, he certainly used all of that hole. Took it out the middle in the end. And these early signs that this is going to be his day. An important week, obviously, for JC Ritchie when you're in contention, but he's lying third on the order merit, fifth officially, but Brandon Grace and Lou Oosthuizen will fall out the order merit, as you need to play a minimum of 5 events. So he wins this week and could surpass Yaku Alas. Two over for his day, Lou Diaga. And Matthias, you've played Royal Cape next week, Cape Town Open. Have you played Mowbray?
I've actually played both, yeah. I played Cape Town Open last year and the year before, and we played in both of those courses, yeah.
You fancy your chances in windy conditions?
I think I need to improve a little bit with my ball striking. It was quite shaky this week, so, but you never know with golf. One day you get it right, one day you get it wrong, and it's just a matter of having your week.
You certainly had your ball striking right at IVE Africa, which was only a few weeks ago, so you've got a few days to practice and get out of altitude and back into coastal conditions. I think those courses will suit you. JB Kruger looking for a much-needed birdie. Start of the day, bogey. And another bogey further on in the first 9. But he's a fighter. That wasn't his best effort. Normally a great putter, JB Kruger. Neil Skiddercat. Popular claw grip. Oh. Disappointing 3-putt for Neil Skiddercat. Moves back to 11 under par. So at this stage, double figures will make it into the top 10. Good view back from the 12th tee, the par 5. Well bunkered down the left-hand side. Kind of slightly dog legs right and then sharp back left again. Did you drive off the side, Matthias, or is it a 3-wood?
I hit driver every day, just right of the bunkers. But I also think that I hit a cut, so for me it's not so hard, but I think that 3-wood is also a good play. You still have an iron onto that green.
Jan Stantop, he's found the fairway in good position. I think it's quite hard for the Challenge Tour players coming out this week to play this type of golf course straight up because it's not your particular golf course and different grasses to what they're used to?
Yeah, I think it's a tough week for them. It's yeah, different grass, obviously altitude, and they're also coming from winter, so a lot of them are not being able to practice that much, so obviously their game might be a little rusty.
Yes, and 30 to mid-30s degrees temperature, not so easy. I think Cape Town next week and Dimension Data up at George, they'll be acclimatized and probably suit them, their conditions. They'll be used to those types of grasses. Neil Skiddercat actually uses a hammer grip, one of the few pros that uses a hammer grip. But he's been a great ball striker for a long time. I'm just trying to think of anybody else that I knew when I played who had a hammer grip. You know anybody else?
I don't think so, no.
That's JC Ritchie's ball, using all of the fairway. We saw yesterday quite a few guys were taking the driver out and trying to get it through that right-hand side. But I think that wind is a little different today.
Yeah, that's correct. I think yesterday was pretty straight down wind. Today it's a little bit into off the right, which also makes it harder toward that pin. It's quite easy to spin it back of that top tier there.
Yeah, you've only got about 6 paces behind that flag, and then if you go long, it's dead man's land. All 3 players in good shape on the 350-meter par 411. There you have it. JC Ritchie has a 1-shot lead over Wilco Ninaba, the Limpopo Championship. Jacques Kruiswijk and Henny Duplessis further 3 shots behind. And they will certainly need something special on the back 9. Jake Roos making a good move up today. He'll be looking for a birdie on that 18th hole, trying to get in that top 10 finish. Nikolai Højgaard, his brother Rasmus won the Mauritius Open earlier in the season. Twins, not often you have twin brothers with so much talent, and they're going to be an exciting prospect in the future. Matthias, when was the first time you came to South Africa?
I think it was beginning of the year on 2017. Yeah, the year I played Q School for the Sunshine Tour.
While we wait for the leading group to play, and how did that come about? Did you hear that from somebody, or just you watched the Sunshine Tour before?
No, actually a friend got his Sunshine Tour card through another mini tour, the Mina Tour. A friend from Chile. I was traveling with him at the moment on the Mina Tour as well, and I just decided to turn pro and didn't really know where to go, and he just advised me to come here, and then he would have a travel partner, I would have a travel partner, so yeah, it worked out pretty well.
That's fantastic, and we've really enjoyed you coming out each year, and we hope you come up for many more and bring some of your other friends, your other pros.
Yeah, I always tell the guys to come here that it's a very good option, it's a very good tour and very competitive as well. So hopefully more of the Chilean guys come over.
Well, Matthias, thank you for coming into the booth. We know you're going to head off and be on your travels down to Cape Town, so good luck down there, and we look forward to talking to you again in the booth, hopefully at the Tour Champs, and yeah, good luck.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and yeah, hopefully I'll be on the TV playing next time.
I'm sure you will. Thank you. Thanks, Matthias. JC Ritchie. Can he get onto that back shelf? That's a good shot, brave shot. See, most of the guys have been spinning it down that slope, and when you have a tough two-putt from there, he looks totally in control of his game, JC Ritchie. Joe Kruiswijk. We've been seeing that quite a lot today, coming up short. We've been joined in the booth by a Welshman, Rhys Inach. Welcome.
Hi, Alan. Thanks for having me.
It's been quite a different week, different kind of golf course.
Yeah, it's been very strange.
Always. But greens, to me, they're like a Poana green. They seem to have a mixture of all, but they seem to run okay.
Yeah, they're running okay. They're it is a bit of a shame because last year the greens are running really nicely, and I think they're just a week too early for them this year. But no, they're getting better day by day.
Well, we've got a bit of time. Let's talk about that US Open last year. Quite an amazing 66 in the second round to make the cut in probably the toughest Open you can get.
Yeah, I mean, we could sit here and talk all day about that. Yeah, it was just what an experience, and well, yeah, what a second round. It's always nice to get it going somewhere, regardless of where you play. But to get it going at the US Open was really fun. Yeah, it was amazing.
And then, if my facts are right, 3 weeks later you won on the Challenge Tour in Slovakia, in
yeah.
D&D Real Slovakia Open. And was that a spin-off of the confidence from US Open, or just it was going to happen anyway?
Well, I mean, I'd love to think. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was going to happen anyway. I've been knocking at the door for a few years, but you know, it might have been that experience at the US Open that sort of pushed me over the edge. And I was so calm on the weekend, really calm. I just played awesome Saturday and Sunday. To sort of come from behind and then take the lead midway through the last round and just sort of cruised home. It was really fun.
So, you know, once you've been a consistent visitor to South Africa, and we've really enjoyed having the likes of you and other players out from overseas. Your plans for the rest of this year once you go home?
Yes, I think I'm going to play European Tour event in Kenya after the Sunshine Tour season's over, and then I'm probably going to head back to Europe, have a month off just to prepare for Challenge Tour, and then I'll be staying in Europe for the rest of the season.
And I know it was really close for you to getting your European Tour card. It was borderline, and Just got to do much of the same, and I'm sure it'll happen.
Exactly, yeah. I've been last year was my best year to date, so I've just got to keep doing what I'm doing and hope this year I'll get that step closer and get onto the main tour.
I'll just go win the Kenya Open and you're done.
Well, exactly, yeah. That's the easy way to do it.
So just to try and explain to our viewers, Reese, this is quite a severe double tier putt from on 11.
It is, yeah. You really can't. It really looks like quite an easy putt he's got here, but there's a severe ridge, about 10 feet short of that pin. It's very steep slope.
My eerste ene was hy moet rol vir my so 'n stukkie net buite daai eerste kolletjie toe wat buite. So half bal net buite.
OG, just having a look at the wind. Is the wind getting up there?
The wind has definitely picked up a little bit. It's definitely changed. I mean, when the players were on the 10th, it was a little bit calmer. But now standing here on the fairway at 13, it's definitely pumping. And it's definitely going to play a big part in this final stretch.
Thanks, OG. And I think a lot of the holes, Reese, are almost playing crosswind.
Yeah, they're all crosswind. It's really frustrating. It's meant to be from the east, but it's sort of switched to southeast towards the end. So you were never sure if it was in off the right or down off the right, which makes getting the club right really, really awkward, especially when there's these little tiny tiers you see here.
Lou Diago winning the Eye of Africa PGA Championship last season. Had a good run for it 2 weeks ago. Just his back nine cost him Ritchie to extend his lead. So we saw him have a massive lip in on 10. Now a bit of a poor lip out, and as golfers do, probably feels like he's really unlucky now.
Always the way.
Oh well, I almost got away from him there. How much golf have you played with JC?
I actually haven't. I only lost. No, I lie. I played the first 2 rounds with him last year at this event, and then unfortunately lost to him in the playoff in Zambia. But yeah, he's such a solid player. Really, really solid.
Did he not eagle the 18th hole to get in the playoff?
Yes, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool there.
That was not cool. Especially where the pin was placed. That was not on.
Yeah, I had that done to me once as well, and then I lost the playoff as well, so not ideal.
No, definitely not.
How can it go left? It can't go left, and the putt can't go left. Putt can't go left. Can't go left, Andy.
So, unfortunately it did. Jacques Kreisbeck, so that's a bogey 5, and obviously having a tough day, things not going his way. Jan's done top. You know much about Jan?
I actually don't. He's played on the European Tour and the European Challenge Tour with me for a few years, but I haven't really played much with him.
Yeah, he's won twice in the Challenge Tour. He won the Rolex Trophy in 2013, and then he won another event in 2017, and in between he's had his tour card somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
JB Kruger just finding that rough on the par 5-12. Well, narrowly escaping the long pampas grass. So, Reese, we go down to the Cape Town Open next week, and you won there in 2018.
Yeah,
at Mowbray.
At Mowbray, yeah.
Beating Peter Kramers
yeah.
from my home club, and upsetting all the local fans, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But you hit a great shot into that last hole.
Yeah, that was, wow. I mean, it was just one of those unbelievable shots at a perfect moment. I don't think I could replicate that all day. But there we go. It's one of those things. And we had a two-shot swing on the last, which I'm sure, yeah, didn't please everyone.
Well, it certainly pleased you, and that was a great win. Look, it's a really tough par 4, that 18th at Mowbray, and that back left flag, and just got to hit the shot.
There is no backing out, no.
Backing out. So we saw JB miss this par 5 left. He has this now for par. Again, everything fairly unique with JB Kruger. Really weak left hand and right hand when he plays. Totally committed to his shots though. Again, he knows what he can do. He doesn't try to change anything.
No, I played with JB the first 2 rounds, and it's exactly that. He's such his own golfer. He does it his own way, but very successful.
It's great to see Anton Haig finishing on -11, tie for 6th place. That'll be his best finish for a long time.
Yeah, that's a good. So, what did he shoot today? 666. That's a great round out there. Fair play.
And he's been working really hard and changed his life around, and it'd be great to see him get to any of the standards he had before.
Absolutely.
View of the clubhouse, the 9th and 18th green. These 2 par 5s running alongside each other. Daniel van Tonder. Good shot there from Danny van Tonder. Another unique swinger. This guy, when he first came on tour, the calluses on his hand from practicing and playing, unbelievable. Henny Duplessis. He's still lurking at 14 under.
Swings it well, huh?
He swings it great. I was thinking about it this morning, and he's kind of got a Richards Turney takeaway, his backswing, and then threw the ball a little bit like Jeff Ogilvy.
Yeah, I love how passive he is there. So smooth through the ball. So nice.
And a powerful hitter for a smallish guy.
He is, yeah. He bombs it.
To the Volker Nienaber. Comfortably the longest out here. Swing speeds and ball speeds somewhere up there with Cameron Champ. Have you had the opportunity to play with him?
I've yet to play with him. I've just heard all sorts of scary stories. I'm not sure I'm looking forward to it. I've always been considered quite a long hitter, but I'm not sure I am anymore. These got young guys coming on tour hitting it stupid far.
Yeah, there's always somebody. longer. JC Ritchie, can he find the fairway?
Yeah, this is a crucial fairway to hit.
Did you 3-wood off here? Did you?
It's just a 3-iron for me. That bunker he's just hit is 270. No, it's 284 to reach. So for me, it's just a 3-iron, 5-iron at the middle of the green today. But you have to hit the fairway.
And you don't think you're that long? 3-iron, 5-iron. So that's quite a risky shot that Ninaber played, though, to hit driver down that right
If he's hit it down, yeah, if he has hit driver down the right, that's...
Yesterday he 3-wood off and he caught the last trap.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, it's an interesting play. Like you can hit 3-wood, it's fine. You've got the right side of the fairway. I mean, I just like hitting 3-irons straight up the left side of the fairway because it just gives you such a nice target to hit at. That's perfect from Louis.
Yeah, the back nine yesterday, Volkan Ninaber hit drive everywhere. 14 he drove it literally a few meters short of the front bunker. 16 he hit it over that sloot.
No.
Well, not a sloot. It's like grass sloot.
Thick.
Yeah, but he carried it, but it went long right, and he only had about 50 out of the thick stuff which hit on the green. So,
wow,
he's not backing. That's how he plays.
That's also an aggressive play. Oh, he's going to love that.
Yeah, that's over that, taking right over that right corner.
That's going to be a, what, 9-iron from there? 8-iron maybe? Oh, miles up.
Well, I think he's had enough. Start's been a bit rough and likes to be aggressive.
Yeah. It's always easier mentally when it starts to slip away from you. You just find yourself being more aggressive naturally. You can't help it.
Well, 3 eagle attempts here on the 12th, par 5. Looks like Dani van Tonder first up. Having a look through the scores there, Anton Haig 6 under, comfortably the best round of the day by a couple of shots.
Yeah, we had a count yesterday. I think only 6 guys broke 70. So I mean, anything. You know, I was just thinking anything. It's hard around here. You can't. It's a weird. There are quite a few good scoring holes, but they seem to come at like they're not in a run. They're always on their own. And if you don't make a birdie at the par 5s, you just feel like you're really struggling then because you miss a fairway and the rough is so gnarly, as you said earlier. I mean, every time I missed a fairway today, it's such a bad lie. I mean, I was hitting 9-irons and 8-irons into the greens. I still couldn't even get near the green. It's that thick. It was like playing a US Open.
Yeah, like you're saying, it's hard to get any momentum going when you don't have runs of holes where you can get 2 or 3 under and then give you the momentum to carry on.
Exactly.
You lose momentum and you go, oh, this bogey's coming somewhere.
Yeah, so hard to keep bogeys off your card out here.
And the fairways, they almost kind of slope off on the sides.
No, they do. They do. We've been chatting about it all week. A lot of fairways you hit slightly across, and as you said, the other half of them sort of camber away from you, so it's extremely difficult to get the ball on the short stuff.
Well, JC hasn't made a bogey yesterday or today.
He looks like he's the only one in the top 15 without a bogey so far. I'd imagine he's probably one of the only ones in the field.
Henny Duplessis. Left to right, Reese, or is it a double swinger?
I think it's left to right. The whole green slopes from back to front, so this should be moving to his right, maybe going left at the hole. There's a little downslope there. It's trying to come back now. It's a really good putt. That hole's on a little downslope. It's quite awkward.
full of confidence. 7th finish on the S Open. A big check, boosting up the order of merit. Inabe, only his 4th event as a pro. Yeah, good putt. Yeah, so JC Ritchie's made 3 bogeys all week. It's a pretty good effort around here.
Yeah, it's very impressive. I think any rule of thumb, if you can keep your bogeys to 5 or less for the week, you're normally on a good shot for a win.
We spoke to Volker Nina overnight. This is what he had to say.
Rookie Wilco Ninaba has adjusted well to life as a professional and looks comfortable out there, mixing it up with the best on the Sunshine Tour.
Euphoria is if you skew off the tee, you're going to be in trouble, and it's got tough greens, it's big and it's slopey, the rough is long. If you miss it by 2 meters or a meter, you're struggling to find your ball. I enjoy the golf course, it's a really nice scene. I'm trying to keep it simple. My biggest thought, I'd say, is just to really make every shot count, because you're playing for more than just a title. So just really focus on every shot as if it's your last.
The fearless youngster definitely looks like one to watch, and is yet another example of the great talent that has come out of South Africa.
I'm really happy with the positives out there. I'm putting well and I'm hitting it well. So it was just small mistakes, but onto the weekend I'll be going there. I'm going to stay aggressive. I'm going to still hit drivers off the tees where I can and just hopefully hold the putts. Yeah, just keep going.
Louis, second to the par 5, needs something to happen quickly. That's a pretty good start. Great chance for an eagle 3 for Louis Diaga. This is what JC Ritchie has. Quite a steep lip, that.
Yeah, and he's got looks like he's got quite a flat iron in his hand. He's been playing quite aggressive. He's going right at the green by the look of it. This could be interesting.
He's got to have excess of 180, 170 meters.
Oh, easily, yeah. Oh, he's picked it nicely.
Clipped it, didn't he?
Oh,
Yeah, shot.
that is impressive out there.
Wow. I think for the viewers, if you don't catch that, I mean, you can catch the lip, and in front there's a big dongo with all sorts of trouble. Kreisweg. Like we said, you can't have much more than 8 or 9 on into this par 5.
He likes it. And rightly so.
You certainly know what he's feeling all the time.
Yeah, he's one of these fist pump on the first green, first hole of the tournament. He's very passionate.
What do you think, Reese? Give me a number. 17's leading at the moment.
I honestly think anything better than that. I think 18 is going to be a really good mark. Down the stretch, bit of pressure. If you start missing fairways, yeah, I think 18 is a good number.
Neil Skiddercat narrowly missing there at 13. Yeah, you got that long, tough par 3, 17. 16. Sort of a layup hole, you got to iron and then narrow green.
Yeah, exactly. It's a tricky hole, 16. The fairway's got sort of cambers left if you hit it left and right if you hit it right. So quite an important fairway to hit.
Dan top for his birdie. Just to get into 13 under. Faring the best out of the Challenge Tour players this week. See that breeze getting up, really flapping that flag now, which means 13 is going to play in off the right.
Yeah, in off the left.
In off the left. So
yeah.
Talk us through this putt, Reese.
Yes, I mean, I was exactly on this line about halfway where he is, and it's even from there it was tricky. So with this, it's slightly uphill, slightly left to right, and then it goes slightly downhill and slightly right to left at the hole. So with this wind behind him, it's going to be very tricky to get the pace right.
Yeah, it's hard to see on the TV, but there's a big downhill slope just from about a metre short of that flag, isn't there?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And it's pretty quick from there. Yeah, he's done well. It starts to trickle away. It's a funny one because you can't really, it's hard to see that ball going left at the hole, but I mean, as you saw there, it really runs away from you.
Yeah, and if you're just a bit soft on your first pedal, break to the right.
Exactly.
Two big momentum putts coming up here. One for De Jager, a couple over for his round. Another for Kruijswijk. There's also a few over.
I think an eagle here for either of these guys could really get something going. They can wedge it onto the next two holes. So if they can eagle here, they can really make some move on JC.
Good effort. So Reese, if you wanted to know about all these butterflies, not because I know anything about butterflies, but apparently they are called the monarch butterfly, and they're all migrating to Madagascar. So there you go.
Really?
Some
Well, yeah, there are everywhere. I mean, as you've seen on the screen now, and that explains it. I had a lot fluttering around my ball today, and I didn't have any idea why.
you'll see on your drive back to Gauteng, you'll see them all the way down the freeway as well. You wonder how many make it.
Yeah, blimey. Every day is a school day.
Kreiswijk. Come on.
How many times today? How many times?
Not getting the lines right. Jacques Kreiswijk and his cat. But I didn't have to tell you that because you heard all about it.
Like that, yeah.
On the other hand, this man, very neat around the greens. Wonderful putter.
Yeah, he's got such a simple, short action. Very repetitive. Slightly firm, maybe?
Yeah, a little firm. Little commentator's curse. It's 2 big lip outs the last 2 holes. Reese, I'm gonna let you get on your travels. I know you got a long way to go to Cape Town, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
I know that's one of your favorite tournaments.
It is indeed.
For the rest of the season, and good luck in your year in Europe.
Thanks for having me, Alan. Yeah, really appreciate it, and I'll speak to you soon.
We'll get you in the box, maybe Tour Champs.
Absolutely, sounds good.
Tony van Tonder, second down 13. See the pin tucked on the right hand side. Quite accessible though, middle of the green. Yeah, he'll have a good chance. Henry Duplessis, 2 behind the leaders at this stage, using that yellow ball that's become quite more popular. We saw Ernie Els, good shot, losing in his first senior event in a playoff using the yellow ball. Ninabe. All depends on his lie. Good angle though. Great line, just didn't release as much as he thought. Great view of the cable cars going up there on your top left of your screen. Apparently a little pub at the top where you can enjoy a little beverage with a view. Good to see Brayton Mayer getting inside the top 10 at this stage. Good player, hard worker. Tough time the last year. Kyle Barker, -5. Garth Malroy, always good to see him supporting the tour. Volko, uphill, slightly left to right. On a good road. Oh. Henny Debussy to get within one of the lead. Henny getting his first win of Vodacom Orange the Golf at Sishan Golf Course in Katu, beating Aki Stratham in a playoff. All of a sudden we're just seeing a whole lot of lips. Tonda, his wife Abigail on the left of your screen. Good wife-husband combination. Oh, beautifully struck putt. You can see that right from the beginning. Ball hovered on the ground. It was a good sign of a good roll. And he'll clean up. Stay in third position on his own at this stage. Well in this competition. Got to think anywhere around 17 under will have a great chance. Some tough holes coming in. Anton Haig, 66. So good to see. Well done, Anton. Niels Kiddekat came in the booth yesterday. Jake Roos came in the booth yesterday. So you just got to come in the booth and you shoot some good scores. Don't be scared. Bryce Easton, another, his wife Lauren carrying on the bag, and since she's been on there, they've been playing really well. Or I think it's when they play well, then it's the team, and when you play badly, it's just the guy. Anthony Michael, good score today, 68. Same with Daniel Young. Good to see a lot of the Challenge Tour guys coming through. Tough conditions for them this week. I think you'll see a lot of the players faring better in the next 2 weeks. Henny Otto, ESSA Open champion, Italian Open champion, multiple Sunshine Tour Open winner. Garrick Higo, Rookie of the Year, came back. He was 3 over early in his round. Jans Vantorp. So falls short right. JB Kruger. Good shot there, 12. Really hard to get it all the way back. Certainly don't want to go long and the hole falls away. Louis Diaga, par 4, 13. Just gone into that first cut of rough. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. We wish Louis all the best next week as he goes to Australia tonight. 8:30 flight to play in a European event. Little left and long, I think. Oh, my left, I mean, perfect. Another good chance for Louis. He said he'll get about 15 starts on the European Tour this year, so he's got to take his opportunity anytime he can. He already started with a 4th place finish in Mauritius, so good start to the year. Leader, JC Ritchie. Just got such great tempo to his swing. Looks in such control. 3 bogeys all week and none on the weekend so far. Hopefully he can stay that way. Trying to decide on the right club there. Trying to make a clear, firm decision. Anytime in golf, and especially when you're in contention and down the back 9. Make clear decisions. Cannot play undecided. Shot there from Jar Kreiswijk, setting up a real opportunity for his 2nd birdie in a row. Hopefully the 4th for the day, but he did throw 2 bogeys and a double in. We're going to move over to the CEO of Limpopo Tourism. Let's see what she had to say.
We are welcoming the 2nd edition of Limpopo Championship 2020. We're excited that the tournament has become bigger this year. We've now not only partnered with Sunshine Tour, but Sunshine Tour are also in partnership with the European Challenge Tour. So that has made this tournament even bigger. We've got double the number of players, over 200 that are playing on 2 courses in Limpopo. But for us as a destination, because this is part of our marketing, what is exciting is that there's over 30 countries represented here. Most of these people that are here have never been to Limpopo, so they're seeing Limpopo for the first time. Limpopo has got so much to enjoy. It's really a great destination to be at Euphoria, because families can come. There's a nice water park, there's a cable car, so it makes a good outing just for the family to be out here, watch a bit of golf and just have some fun.
Thank you, Santa. And what a nice golf swing she has. Thank you to Limpopo Tourism for being a major sponsor. I know all the players and everybody really appreciate it. Well, this is going to be what we were hoping for. 4 or 5 holes to go in the back 9. Tied for lead, JC Ritchie, experienced defending champion, and the youngster Ninaba in his 4th event. Saw this putt earlier. Fractionally left to right. Another great putt from JC Ritchie. Couldn't lip out 3 times in a row, surely. Back at you, Volkan Inaba. What can you do? We saw yesterday Volkan Inaba hit driver on 14, almost drove the green. The wind direction has changed a little bit. We'll have a look a little later at that. At the moment, Jacques Kreiswijk desperately needing birdies. Just not his day on the greens. But everything really important. Jacques lying 70th on the order merit at this stage. Spending most of his season in Europe, so he didn't get to play too many events. So he needs to just keep his head together. There's lots of money to play for in this top 10 finishing positions. Prize fund almost doubling from last year. The sponsors and the challenge to getting involved. Louis with his new putter, he's only had it for a few weeks. Didn't look happy from the moment he hit that. The ever calm Louis de Jager. Back to 14. Daniel van Tonder. Quality shot from Dani van Tonder. All important. Order of merit. Dani van Tonder, Jaco Allers in contention. Henny coming out the rough. Will it release? Oh, and he's done well. Jaco Allers is 150,000 plus minus ahead of Dani van Tonder, which can all change. There's Ninaba. Look at that tee shot again. Settle. He's hitting at 60, 70 meters past anybody else. Disappointing second though. Didn't leave himself with the best angle. Some of the members enjoying the golf. You can see the heat with the umbrellas. Oh, somebody not so happy. Great overview of the 14th. You can see that big tree in the middle of the fairway. Some of the players deciding to hit an iron, laid up far enough back. Just to give you some idea, Ninaba just drove it over that tree or around it and finished just short of that right-hand bunker. If you have a look, 390 meters. Quite frightening, that length. There is placing this week. So, one club length placing. Not near the hole, any direction. Just helped Wilco. Oh, he's going to chip anyway. I thought he might have putted that. It's such a sign of a good player when 2 weeks ago and he finished tied for 4th and unfortunately left the scoring area without signing his scorecard and got disqualified, and he just bounced back straight away to be tied for the lead. I'm just going to see this guy over and over again. Great, great little chip. Length and a short game. What a combination. Henny Duplessis. About a 20-footer for birdie. Henny currently lying 17th on the Sunshine Tour Order of Merit, with a few guys to come out ahead of him, so he's really 15th. All these finishes really important. Help you get into second or final stage in different qualifying schools in Asia and Europe, Japan, the following year, or the year coming. Henry left himself a little bit of work. Contender to get into 5th position. Oh, that was a good stroke. Unlucky. So just when I was getting a little bit lonely in the booth, I've been joined by Jake Gross. Morning, Jake, or afternoon, should I say? Jake, well played, 69.
Yeah.
Tied for 13th place.
Yeah, it was a good day at the office for me. Good start. It went a bit quiet on the back nine. I was 4 under through 9, but I tell you, the course is playing quite difficult today. A couple of nasty pin placements out there and quite a swirling wind. Not a consistent direction. Good putt there by Henny.
Yeah, we're trying to had Reese Enoch in a little earlier, trying to decide on a winning score. At the moment, JC's just got it to 18, but anywhere around there's got a great chance.
Absolutely, there's definitely some tricky pins on the last couple of holes, and not that many opportunities, you know. So you really got to be able to execute your shots to have decent looks at birdies. That is enormous by JC Ritchie. Really big drive there, in a great position to attack this back flag.
He's hardly put a foot wrong today.
Yeah, he seems to be a very confident player at the moment, and he just seems to be going for everything and putting well too, you know. So that's a lethal combination.
Well, if you thought that T-shirt was long, we just saw Ninava moments ago, about 50 meters past that, just short of the bunker again on the right-hand side.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely playing a different game than Alan because, oof, unlucky by Louis there. Did that ball come out, Alan? Didn't see it drop down.
I'm hoping it's gone behind left or right or somewhere. There we go. Is that a ball?
Could be. Yeah, I mean, that's just ridiculous. If Ninabe drove it by the green, if I'm not mistaken, how long is this hole? 400 meters?
390. So yesterday he drove it just short of the front bunker, which so was about a 360 odder. Same today.
Yeah, look, if you can hit it straight whilst hitting it that kind of distance, it's just so massive, and it's the modern game for you. You know, the top 10 guys in the world, that's what they're doing. So Raceway can also get it out there. Got that long swing, overswings quite a bit.
I actually thought, oh, hopefully that's not out of bounds.
Not sure, that's borderline right there. Might have got away with a break there. I don't know if it stayed in, but it might not be a good lie in any case, so he's not looking good on that hole.
No, and that flag's back right, so the angle will be poor anyway. Great overview of the par 3 15. One of the shorter ones, Jake?
Yes, it's my only bogey of the day was on this one. They have the flag tucked left, back left, and it's playing into the wind, and quite a tricky little shot. You know, I was a bit greedy there and I hit it left of the flag, short-sided, but again, you know, you've got to execute the shot. You know, it's not a straightforward hole out there at this stage. Very unorthodox swing of JB Kruger. That's quite a good shot. On line, a little bit short. It's playing into the wind, that one. It's about 155 meters, but straight into the breeze. My group, everyone was short of the flag as well, so it's probably playing a little bit longer than the guys are expecting.
Yeah, JB's renowned for that weak left and right hand, and really has to drive hard with his right side to square up the club face.
Absolutely.
But he does it pretty well.
He's done amazingly well. You know, he's an extremely hard worker, and one of those guys that relies a lot on the timing because of the grip being quite weak. You know, need to square up that face by releasing so hard, and not always easy to be consistent, but he certainly does a good job at it.
Jan Dantorp.
One of the few Europeans featuring, actually, Alan. Leaderboard being dominated by the South Africans. I suppose there's no surprise. We're used to the conditions, and you know, we've been playing also short, like most guys today on this hole. We've been playing, I think it's our 4th event in a row, and these guys have just come out of winter, so I suppose, you know, it counts in our favour. South Africans.
Yeah, I think conditioning, heat.
Yeah, altitude as well.
South Africans played this course a couple of times. Altitude.
Yeah.
Next couple of weeks, I think we'll see them come
absolutely
through.
In the Kikuyu grass as well. You know, it's pitching off Kikuyu. It's a different technique. You kind of sweep it off the top, and in the Europeans, you know, they have more tighter kind of lies. They dig in a little bit more with their pitching. So it is a different game down here, but I'm sure the guys will adapt nicely. You know, come next week. Okay, good to see Neil get it to pin high there, a little right, but he's going to have a chance there.
Like right in between, eh?
Yeah, he got it to 12 under, and he's fortunately bogeyed 11 and 3-putted 11, and he bogeyed 14.
But looks like a bit of a 2-horse race at this stage. Any maybe still an outside chance. It's unfortunate that the 18th hole is not really reachable for. So, well, maybe, you know, guys like Nidoba probably could, but they didn't move the tee box up on 18 like they did last year. So, you know, not real great chance of an eagle on the last. So the guys will have to grind it out, and a tough pin on 16 and 17 as well. You know, so they'll have to hit some quality shots to make up ground.
Skiddercat for his 2. It's come up a bit short. We were saying earlier, you know, Skiddy uses a baseball grip.
Yes.
I don't know too many others
No, I know Ritchie Sterney played with a baseball grip at one stage as well, but yeah, certainly an interesting move. I sometimes on the range play with a baseball grip just to swing left a little bit more to get that feel, but mostly just as a drill, not really to play with. But Neil's got a very, very good swing. You know, technically he's very sound and reaping the benefits the last year or two. He's been playing very consistently.
JB Kruger for his 2 hasn't made much today at all. Yeah, that split grip drill, so you don't flip it. And
exactly, it makes you move the hands a bit left through the ball and let the club face stay down the line. And it's really a good drill. It's kind of a opposites correlation to what you think you should do, but seems to work. And I see Neil does that quite a bit. You know, he swings beautifully left through the ball, keeps the club face square to the target for long, and that's why he's a real good striker of the ball. See JB Kruger and his caddy got a bit of an opposite thing going. JB's maybe the shortest guy in the field, and his caddy maybe the longest guy out here.
Yeah, I made him. He's staying at the guest house, Maya.
Yeah.
And JB 5'5". He's about 6'5".
Yeah, exactly. Very interesting release action from Vulcaninaber. You know, just kind of works it under, but creates so much speed through the ball. And again, short there. Not a bad shot, though. I'll have a good look there.
We were discussing it yesterday with Neil Skiddercat. He was in the booth after you. It's amazing how much power you can get and release it under. I always found it really hard and took power away, but...
Exactly. I think he's such a tall guy, and, you know, he generates it slightly differently with his physique, you know, but, yeah, definitely a unique release pattern he's got going there. Henny a lot shorter, but also very powerful. He releases it a lot differently. Nice to see these 2 up-and-coming guys play together.
I mentioned earlier, Jake, he's got Richard Sterney backswing and the Jeff Ogilvie follow-through. That's how I see it.
Yeah, and he's definitely picked up some street credit with those glasses as well, I'd say.
Very trendy little.
Oh, yeah.
Lost weight, new glasses, no beard, cut the hair.
He's a bit of a fashion icon there for us. But just taking his time here, and you often see this happening final round, you know, guys just taking a little bit longer, and myself included, you know, and I try to get away from that, Alan, because sometimes you overanalyze situations because you're trying to be too perfect. You know, it's still the same game, whether it's Tuesday or Sunday afternoon. So hopefully Henny hasn't overcalculated this one. Let's see him stay positive here.
Hey.
Long left, not so good there, Jake.
Yeah, similar shot to what I did on that hole. It's short-sided there. He'll have a tough up and down. Bunkers are a little bit inconsistent this week, so you know, maybe not the worst. You know, a bit more penile than other weeks where the bunkers are perfectly manicured. So
JC Ritchie, he's 2nd to 14. Settle.
Still on the fairway there. Shouldn't be bad. Yeah, should make 4 from there quite easily. But just missed his target there a little bit from the fairway, so I would say that was a bit of an unforced error.
Jake, just getting back to, we saw Henny Duplessis taking his time, and so important to make clear decisions, whatever it is. Somewhere, you know, if you're in between, you got to make a decision and stick to it, especially under the gun.
Absolutely. And that's where the experienced players come in. You know, if you look at a Tiger Woods or so on, in time them they almost take exactly the same time, whether it's Thursday or Sunday. And all of us are probably a little bit guilty of trying to be too sure, you know, come the stretch. And sometimes it's almost more straightforward than you think. You're trying to overcomplicate it. Nice pace there by Jock. But it's not easy to do. It's like the situation just sucks you in a little bit. But the good players, you know, stay true to the game plan and just get on with it, you know. And I think maybe Henny just overfought that one a little bit and looked like his upper half outraced his bottom half and made the ball go left. But maybe he can get it up and down still.
Jacques Kreisweg just had a frustrating day. He's missed a lot of putts, misread a lot of putts.
Can see it in the body language as well. Like we said yesterday, he wears his heart on his sleeve, but I like that. You know, he's all in. He's going 100%. I tell you what, the course is playing hard today. The swirling wind, it was predicted to be northeast, but switched between northeast and southeast. So, you know, often on the same shot, you would almost have two opposite winds. So, and the pin's being tucked. If you don't get it close to the hole, you know, you're just looking to two-putt most of the time. Like the Yacha here, I mean, it's just out of position. And again, you know, it's suddenly under pressure.
So that puts Anton Haig 6 under 66, and currently Vulcan in number 5 under for his round into perspective.
Absolutely. Great to see Anton Haig play well. So happy for him. And, you know, he's such a good player and just needs that little bit of a boost. And maybe having a good result here can just elevate him back to where he belongs. You know, I've played a lot with him the last year or so, and he's still a very good player, as he's always been. Just needs a bit of confidence. Good shot by JC. Should clean up that for 4.
Keeps clean slate, no bogeys today, no bogeys yesterday. 3 bogeys for the whole week.
Yeah, extremely impressive. Really high on confidence, like we said earlier, and putting well. Whenever he's been out of position, he's been saving it. Like yesterday, you know, once or twice badly out of position, but you know, like you say, just keeping the mistakes off the card, which is key.
Yeah, he did it on 10. He hit it long left and managed to get it up and down.
Absolutely. Speaking to Louis earlier this week, he's heading over to Oz next week, so this will be a nice confidence booster for him a week before going back to a European Tour event. Louis really been playing very steady golf of late.
Yeah, he said he's leaving at 8:30 tonight.
Oh, good save there. Just keeps the momentum going a little bit.
I wonder who this is, Jackie boy.
Al left it in the throat, yeah, unfortunately, like I did on a lot of putts today. Right on line, just didn't get it to go.
And that looks like it's probably going to cost you a top 10 finish. Not to make you feel bad, but
yeah, look,
jumped up nicely in the weekend.
Actually, I thought I missed a cut on Friday when I finished my round. I was, and I was tied 60th when I switched my phone on. So you know, for me to have a decent week is just a bonus.
Yeah. So look at that, moved up some 47 spots or 40 odd spots, depending where you finished on day 2 in the end. It moved back a little bit, didn't it, on the end of day 2?
Yeah, it was quite strange because after day 1, you know, the cut was 3 under and guys were going quite low. But I think the second day it was quite windy and scores went back out a bit.
Ninaba for his 2 on 15.
Quite a slow putt, just get it to the hole. Yeah, everyone's been a little bit short on this one. The flag all the way in the back.
But I think having the 2 different golf courses and obviously Euphoria playing tougher, so it's always difficult to judge the cut because it might be, you know, 100 odd guys playing at Coral Creek, and
that's a very good point because you know, some guys go quite low early on the one course, and then you know, obviously the next day they got a tougher golf course at Euphoria, so tough to judge what the cut's going to be. That's part of the problem sometimes. Great round by Anton Haig, though. Really super well played. You know, he's been striking the ball really well, and glad he made a couple of putts. He was actually playing ahead of me, and I saw him in the fairway for the most part. So, I think that's one of the keys to this golf course, is with the rough being up, is just keep it in play and give yourself some chances.
Well, there we have it at the moment. JC Ritchie has a one-shot lead with 4 to play in the 2020 Limpopo Championship. Seeing as Andre Null's name a lot more, Jake, you know much about him?
Yeah, good to see a youngster out of George, and got good potential. Nice to see his name up there again.
And he must make 12 putt if he wants to compete for the lead. And
unfortunately, that tee shot cost him. He just missed it in the wrong spot. Anyway, right would have been fine, but he'll feel a bit disappointed with that. It was only about an 8 iron for him, probably off the tee there.
Sorry, stand still, please. Thank you.
There you have an overview of the 15th hole.
Today
it's
the flag's
back
left, right, yeah. So that pin's not quite in the right place there, but quite well guarded. Long's not good as well. So, and then that left bunker is definitely in play. Probably one of the better chances coming in, because all the other holes are also quite tough pin positions, and this is only about an 8 or maybe even a 9 iron for some of these long hitters. Straight into the window. Like we said earlier, a lot of guys being short here. Have a long go at it, and the way he putts, you never know.
Look, he was no way he's going to go left, middle, right of that green. I think he kind of knows if he keeps bogeys off his card now, then Ninaba has to go and do something.
Yeah, absolutely. 16 is positional tee shot. You really can't take it on. I'm talking about normal human beings. Maybe a Ninaba can go for that section over the middle section of the fairway. There's a big piece of rough there. Maybe he'll try and take that on and try and get it close to the green. But the 16th pin placement is very tricky, right on top of a slope. I don't really see a lot of birdies coming out of that pin position. And then 17 is about 200 meters, and then 18 is 600 meters. So not a lot of opportunities coming in.
Yeah, we saw Ninaba hit drive of 16 yesterday. He found the rough, but we only had about 40, 50 in.
Unbelievable. Very deliberate practice rehearsal from Louis. Always does the same thing. Technically very sound player. Gets his right side through the ball beautifully. Everyone being short on this hole.
Greatness begins here, and we thank all our partners who help make this possible.
Just like Jake Chris was saying earlier, the wind is just at times moving in direction, just enough to confuse the players and put a bit of doubt in their mind.
Yeah, and it's interesting, Alan, sometimes the coastal wind is a bit more predictable and a slightly heavier wind where you almost know exactly what it's doing. This high-feld wind, it's more swirly sometimes, and it can easily catch you off guard sometimes.
Let's move on. Yeah. Jockey.
Sometimes I wonder with Jock, under the gun, swing is just a bit long, under pressure. It's sometimes tough to time that extra little bit of move beyond parallel coming back, and long left, it's always a bad miss. Hopefully you can scramble away there.
Yeah, I thought yesterday his swing was definitely longer than it was at Eye of Africa. But not going with the driver on 16. I think the wind is different from yesterday.
It's down off the right or right to left, depending on what it does. But he's gone right down the middle. That's perfect. Should have around about a 9 iron or even a pitching wedge for him, I suppose. But the flag right on top of a crest there, so he'll do really well to get a short chance, because the problem with that second shot is if you pitch it on top, it just spins back, and if you go over, it just falls off on the other side again. So quite a tough one to get close here on 16.
Donnie van Tonder. Opening 63, 9 under at Coral Creek. Hovering around that mark between 11 and 9 the last
perfect
few
tee shot.
days.
Doesn't he wish that the whole tournament was at Coral Creek?
Had Reese Enoch Inole also here. Shot 8 under there and 5 over for the rest of his rounds here.
Wow, shows you Euphoria, such a strong test. And Henny just double checking the wind here. Just off his right and maybe helping a little bit depending on what he's doing at the moment. Nice penetrating flight. Good shot. All three of them in perfect position there. Beautiful clubhouse here at Euphoria, and leads onto the cable car that goes up the mountain. Really spectacular setting.
Did your kids spend a bit of time in that pool there?
Oh, absolutely. I also did. Went down that super tube. Really good stuff. We actually couldn't get them out of the pool there. So definitely a good spot for families to bring the kids, and dad can go play golf. Got a great spa. My wife went to the spa. So all around really good experience here at Euphoria.
Jacques Kruiswijk, difficult bunker shot. Par 3 15th.
Similar position where Henny was just a minute ago. Great shot by Jacques. Sometimes I wonder when you see Jacques getting all pumped up, quite tough to hit the next shot. You gotta relax a little bit, but that's the way he plays. That's why it's such good fun to watch.
Quite an important finish. At the moment he's tied for third. As long as he, sixth is 11 under, so whatever money he makes is going to be enough for him to jump from, he's currently 70th on the order merit. Just to make sure he gets the top 50 and exemptions and all those things again.
Absolutely. Jacques deserves to be exempt on this tour. He's way better than not being exempt, so good to see him coming back to where he belongs.
Ninaba. Good looking swing.
Yeah. It's a good chance. You can see that the change in colouring there just shows the slope from the one edge to the other, so it's literally on top of a slope, and it'll be quite a tough putt to make. It's got quite a bit of break there, but what I like about his swing is he's stayed in good rhythm there. He didn't look rushed at all, and shows me that he's probably the real deal. He looks calm and collected under pressure.
Louis will do well to get us up to the hole. Do you keep your marking the same always, or do you change it depending how you're playing?
No, I've got this blank coin that looks the same on both sides, and I've been using it pretty much my whole career, so haven't really changed too much of that. I'm not too superstitious, but you get guys that do all sorts of funny things, so quite entertaining sometimes.
I was a complete nightmare with superstitions. Absolute nightmare. Henny Duplessis.
Looked like a good swing there.
Straight at it.
There's a chance. Uphill, right to left from there, but longish effort.
It really is right on that knob, isn't it? I went and had a look this morning.
Exactly right. Television probably doesn't illustrate it as well, but it's a kind of putt where you feel like if you're going to hit it 2 feet past, it's going to roll 6 foot past, you know. So that's what makes it quite difficult, that you can't really be too aggressive from far out. It's a good illustration of the 16th here, and shows you why the guys are playing conservatively off the tee, because there's a big bush there as the fairway runs out. And like you said, Alan, you know, Ninoba took it on yesterday, but you know, you got to have some superhuman strength to take it over that bush, and I think he's probably the only guy in the field that's taking it on.
Great to see Ross McGowan playing well today, getting it back into the top 10.
Yeah, absolutely. That should be just, you know, right of center. Louis is really methodical, should take care of this no problem. Very hard worker on his fitness. One of my favorite Louis de Jager stories was that, you know, when he started dating, he's well, ended up marrying her. You know, went on holiday with his father-in-law to be, and he asked him, you know, do you guys run in the mornings and so on? And the guy and his father-in-law to be said, yes, we do sometimes, about 5 or 10 k's. And he said, do you sometimes run longer distances? He says, yes, we do. And Louis asked him, have you done the Comrades? And he says, yeah, I've actually won it a couple of times. So, you know, his father-in-law is being Nick Bester, but you know, Louis didn't know at the time, so quite a funny story. But Louis, very, very fit, very strong, works really hard in the gym, and you know, a good example for the youngsters out on tour.
That's a great story. Oh, we saw JC Ritchie hold a lengthy putt at 13. When I say lengthy, good 15, 20 feet. Can Ninoba do the same? Get back to a tie for that lead. A little bit right to left, Jake.
Yeah, I was at a different angle, yes. I'm not exactly sure. Should be a little bit right to left. But like we said, right on the edge of a hill there, so he probably needs to be careful that he's not over bowled. But at this stage, he's got to go for it, Alan. I mean, he's running out of holes, although he's only one shot behind. But love him to see this, give it a positive go still, although it's right on the slope there.
Wouldn't this be a story, though? 4th Sunshine Tour tournament as a pro.
Yeah, and you feel for him after, you know, the PGA where he was... didn't get it, you know, he was afraid of that thing going past. I mean, you can't see it that well on television, but if you hit it a couple of feet past, it just goes down the hill there. Very sneaky pin by the TD today. But yeah, I mean, a guy like Wilco Ninoba, definitely an asset for golf, and we'd love to see him succeed and get a win here.
Donnie van Tonder uphiller. Trying to get out of the bunch at 11 under.
Not his best effort there. He'll be a little bit disappointed with that. Yeah, and Daniel disappointed. You know, he wanted to give it a better run today. You know, get up close to the leaders, which he hasn't done. Such a hard worker. If you shake his hand, it feels like sandpaper. Just calluses everywhere. And but he'll get his chance again.
Henny left his first, but well short.
Okay, clean up nicely there.
Nicely hold. So you kind of feel like, you know, Donnie won. It was the first event of the year, the Mapani in Open in Zambia. Really tight fairways, high demand on driving, and this course is a little similar.
Yes, there's you know, Donnie plays fearless golf. He goes after a lot of shots, which a lot of guys won't take on, and you know, I like his attitude, the way he plays the game. But you know, unfortunately today it hasn't quite come off. But such a consistent performer, he'll be back at it again.
Nice overview of the 16 most players laying up with a long iron or a 3-wood before that grass donga.
flag a little bit deeper today. Probably another 10, 15 on from where it is there. So looks like a 5-wood or 3-wood for JC. It's actually not the 15th, this is the 16th now. Just left it a bit right and quite far back. He'll have quite a long shot in there. Louis using Elvis, Ritchie, his old caddy, and very experienced caddy, done a lot of years in Europe, and since Louis started working with Elvis, they've been performing quite consistently. Boy, it looks a bit right, coming back. Yeah, good position by Louis.
Actually be a good angle to come in from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Back left flag.
Just got to get that distance right with that pin placement today. Let's see Kruiswijk's rhythm on this one. See if he can stay in rhythm with his shot. Sometimes, Alan, you gotta wait until your ball finishes here, because you've hit it down the middle and then it just takes a bit of a bounce off some of the mounds, and that's, I suppose, the luck of the draw sometimes. But if you're not on the fairway, it's makes a big difference, you know. So really want to be on the short stuff.
JB Kruger, lengthy birdie putt.
Left to right and quite slow from here. That ball bounced horrifically as he hit it.
Come on, JB.
Unorthodox putting stroke as well. Addresses it dead in the heel on the shaft of the club and then just works it inside and pushes it out again. But he's got his own way of doing things, and you know, he knows exactly what he's doing. Very methodical about the way he sets up and gets his club checked out. You know, always putting different grips on and getting it fine-tuned. You know, I actually saw him the other day at Serengeti, and he had about 15 putters with him, trying to figure out which one he wants, and you know, very close eye for detail, JB. One of the few Europeans having a good week, Alan.
Yeah, Jens Dantorp, 2-time winner on the Challenge Tour. He certainly looks like he'll finish up in top 10 finish.
Yeah, and again, like we said yesterday, important to get off to a good start. You know, always nice to get your name off on the order of merit quickly in the year, and go and build from that. You know, it's obviously confidence plays a big part in professional golf, and if you can get off to that good start and ride that wave, can take you a long ways. Like JC Ritchie is playing with so much confidence at the moment, and just missed the fairway though. Trouble controlling the distance of the shot.
Yeah, you got to try. I think he's going to try play front middle of that green, and if it does jump a little.
That's the 150 marker to the middle of the green, so he's got a fair amount of distance in here still. He's laid back quite a bit. He's probably got about 180 to the flag. Flag's just past the middle. Aiming a bit right, looking to draw this probably. That's an unbelievable shot out of the rough. To get your distance there on is really clutch by Joshi there. That was really a really good shot.
Yeah, I think the right word, Jay, clutch.
He'll have a great chance uphill, right to left. Couldn't have put it in a better spot. What I liked about that is, you know, they they worked it out, and he just went for it. You could see he wasn't trying to overthink it, and really just playing sort of with spontaneous flow there. You know, it's great to see. You can see he's in a good space mentally.
Just having sometimes some technical limitations. Sometimes these tall trees you can't pick up the.
Well, unlucky by Jock as well. Just running off and just aiming a bit right here as well. Probably also trying to bring it in right to left. Alan, you know, sometimes, you know, when you start aiming more and more right, you just hit it further left. It's a game of opposites.
It certainly is.
You could see he was aiming way right there, and your body is clever. It'll know that if I hit it down this line I'm aiming, it's not where I want to go. So you just swing around your body, and unfortunately, that's, you know, probably he's not aware of that, and he's caught him out now 2 holes in a row on 15 and on 16.
He had a few of those coming in yesterday as well. Louis got lots to play with, or lots to play for, should I say.
See the difference here. Louis set up perfectly, straight down the gut here. Oh, really good swing by Louis. Just pitched on the downslope. That's why I didn't get any action back. But it'll have sort of an uphill putt, that flag right on top of the ledge. There's a good chance for Louis.
He always looks so committed in his golf swing.
Absolutely, you know, he goes after it, and he's in great condition. I played with him a practice round actually earlier this week, and he was hitting it beautifully. You know, his game is in a good place.
Volker Ninaba, one behind the lead. 200-meter par 3. Pin on the right-hand side of the green. Don't want to catch that bunk on the right. Settle, settle. Suppose percentage play, you want to be on the left side, but
yeah, you know, with his length, I think it was about 195, probably about a 6-iron. It is the safe side. He's got an uphill chance, but at this stage, you know, being behind, he's probably be a little bit disappointed with that. But I think he can just try and save par and maybe have a dip on 18.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have to worry about third place because they're 3 ahead of third.
Exactly. Donnie with very upright backswing and reroutes it back. Must have looked good in the air. Sometimes when the guys play with Donnie, they think there's a kudu in the background because of those noises he makes, similar to what the Bucks make here in the Highveld. And unique move, but certainly knows what he's doing. Maybe had one club too many there. Adrenaline maybe as well, coming to the end of the round, and a little frustrated.
Yeah, if he can find a birdie, it's a difference of about 30,000 rand.
As we know, Alan, every shot counts. At the end of the day, everyone wants to be as high as possible on the order of merit to get all sorts of perks that lead from it. So, you know, for these guys, although they're not winning the tournament, very much important to try and keep every shot intact.
Good shot, just
disappointing tee shots by this group. No one's really got a birdie chance, but again, the course is strong.
Our partners are the foundation of greatness. Thank you.
Jake Rose, thank you for joining us in the commentary. Just apologizing for the breakup. We've got a few limitations on the 16th hole, some tall trees getting in the way of the signal. But Jake, good luck in Cape Town next week. Well played this weekend. You moved up a lot.
Thanks, Alan. Yeah, it was a good week. Really enjoyed it. Looking forward to next week. Always love playing in Cape Town of the Wind. And yeah, excellent opportunity once again for us South Africans playing in these co-sanctioned events, and just want to thank the Challenge Tour, European Tour, for getting on board with these 3 events, and certainly a great opportunity, and lots of South Africans looking forward to these next couple of weeks.
Thank you, Jake.
Cheers.
Just apologising for a few technical limitations on that 16th hole. It's giving us a few hassles this week. Nice. A few players would like a few of those coming in the last couple of holes. And we've got OG come off course, and he's going to come join me for the last few holes before he goes off for the prize giving. Welcome, OG.
Thank you, Al.
A little warm out there, a little bit cooler in the box, isn't it?
Look, you've got definitely a vantage point here. Much cooler out here, about 31, 32 degrees out there. Even the fans that are walking are feeling it, but I'm actually impressed that there's quite a number of them following the leaders.
That's good to hear. Lou Diaga for his birdie at 16. Can he come back? No! Oh, robbery.
Louis looked focused throughout the week, throughout today as well. I think not the best of starts, but not getting too fluttered out there. And I think he just felt back quite a few shots to kind of give it a go here on the back nine.
Big putt for JC Ritchie. Magnificent second to control that distance. This to take a 2-shot lead. Right edge.
Clutch.
Big putt from JC Ritchie.
On my way up here, Al, I went past Sarah, his girlfriend, who asked me for a lift on the cart, and she says she can tell he's definitely in the zone, calm, and she's holding thumbs that he can definitely close this out.
He hasn't made a bogey the whole weekend on this golf course. Is remarkable. You can see his tempo is great, his focus is there, short game as good as ever. Jacques, important par putt here.
Big putt indeed. I've been impressed by the way Jacques and his caddy have been working together this week. I think he confirms everything with him, and it's a definite team. I think they've been a bit unlucky today. He's found himself in some awkward places. Currently third, Jacques, +2 for the day.
Well, there we have it. In the 2020 Limpopo Championship, JC Ritchie has made a clutch birdie at 16 to take a 2-shot lead. Just to put things in perspective, besides Anton Haig's magnificent 66, JC Ritchie and Wilco Nienaber are both 5 under, way ahead of the rest of the pack, and that's why they have that big gap. It's going to be quite interesting who's going to get the 3rd, 4th and 5th position. Nienaber. It's a par putt, and he makes it.
And I've heard a lot of stories about Wilco and his power and just how long he hits the ball, and I think this week I've had the pleasure of actually seeing it in person for the first time. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, I can't believe just how far he hits the ball.
Yeah, we've been, talking about it obviously in commentary all week and all this weekend, and I'm still waiting to see. I haven't seen it live yet either, and just the distances he's hitting it past the other players who we know are remarkably long. It's quite exciting. Thrown together with a top short game. It's pretty. Great view of the clubhouse at Euphoria Golf and Leisure Estate. Can JC Ritchie be the back-to-back winners of this Limpopo Championship?
Seen a few animals out there, and I think the European players absolutely loved spotting them as they made their way around the Euphoria course. Good look of what faces JC Ritchie in the leading group. Long par 3, playing 195 meters today. 182 meters to the front edge. The flag is 13 on, almost in line with that bird, just a bit further up. Cannot miss it right. Well, we'll leave you with a tough up and down, so I think you're going to see this ball of JC Ritchie just sort of 10 foot left to the flag would be a great shot.
Just get it somewhere there, it's fine. Okay. Even al slaan nie dieselfde lyn as ek happy met dit.
Ek dink hy's bietjie meer across vandag, so ek dink dit is nog steeds dieselfde shot.
Dis dieselfde shot, ja.
That wind has been a big factor today, Al.
Yeah, it certainly seemed to have got up a little more than yesterday and blows crosswind all the time.
Another great swing by JC.
Absolutely in control of his game. 10 foot short left of the hole. Exactly where we wanted to be. Uphill putt. Taking all the trouble out of the way.
And I think all that experience from last year will also come into play on this final stretch. Sarah did mention she was a bit nervous last year, but I think the experience will definitely count for her as a spectator, but for JC as well.
It's going a little left, trying to hold on to it. Oh, get away from the downhill. That is going to be a treacherous chip shot.
It's so thick in there if it stayed in there.
Just got a little inside on that one and flipped at the bottom.
Just got me 22. Yes.
Happy with that club?
Yeah, perfect club.
Kreiswijk. He's still at 14 under, which is tied for third. Nice looking swing.
Like more jacks. Like flipping more out.
Looked as though he liked it. A lot of the crowd that are following today are definitely locals. They've been trying to cheer Jacques on for the day. It's good to see him smile as well, because we know how he wears his emotions on his sleeve.
Yeah, local boy from Coral Creek. Ninaber, can he get it far enough down, 18? So he can have a go for his second. Settle, settle, settle. Oh, it's a perfect tee shot, but just depends on the line now.
I would have loved to see this tee box moved a little bit forward to see just what he would have gone with as a game plan on 18.
Yeah, I think we know what he would have done. He would have whipped it straight over. Any important hole for him. He's found the fairway. Be a layup from there. Well, I think for anything to happen, Ninaba needs a good lie so he can have a go at that 18th green.
Indeed. Donnie hit driver here yesterday. Also in that rough, which is pretty tough to get out of, Al. I think it takes a lot of skill and a little bit of luck as well for you to get a great shot out of that rough. It's very unpredictable.
Yeah, you certainly need a bit of luck. You can see the whole week, a couple of good lies and some horrendous lies, and I think Louis de Jager is going to need all his skill to even get this ball on the green. 10 feet would be a great shot. He's going to have it just right at that bunker in your screen. He's on that downhill, lying thick. You've got to get your hips and your shoulders down with that slope somehow, open that face and get really steep on it, almost like an axe. And then you've got to, once you've done that, you've got to try to feel how far it's going to come out. Especially with trouble lurking behind there.
Oh, the water behind will definitely not be a welcomed attraction. Still a lot to play for the chasing pack. Order of merit points on the money list as well. They want to be up there, heading to Tour Championships, of course.
Yeah, I mean, for Jacques Kruiswijk, I think whatever happens this week, par finish is going to, make sure he's going to fix all those issues. He'll be fully exempt for next year on the Sunshine Tour. He'll be in the Tour Champs. He can go and play over in Europe, not worry. It's always a difficult thing when you're trying to further your career on overseas, and when you're not sure of your exemption, yeah, you got to try to come back as many times as you can. All right, you can see what faces Louis. He might even be trying to just get this onto the first cut of fringe. A little bit of uphill. It really depends on that lie, which you can't see from here.
Yeah. What a great touch. Absolutely impressive to get it that close from that line.
Such a good shot. Gives himself a great chance of saving his par. Well, if this goes in, OG, it's game, set, match.
Indeed. Big putt coming up here for JC Ritchie. This to take him to 20 under par. And possibly a bit of an easier walk down the 18th fairway.
All right, no damage done. Solid par 3, 2-shot lead. Volker Nienaber needs to do something special. We'll have to see on that lie. Hit his tee shot on 18 through the fairway. You know, 18, once you've got your tee shot down there. There's not a lot that can go. You can make 6, but it's highly unlikely you're going to make a 7.
I doubt either of them will make a 7 there. Wilco might possibly just look maybe for the birdie, try to put some sort of pressure on JC. But I mean, the way he's been hitting the ball off the tee, it's been absolutely impressive, finding fairways consistently.
I think if he's got any kind of lie, he'll have a go. He's 3 shots clear of 3rd. Kruijswijk. It's got to go.
These greens haven't been so quick throughout the week, and I think they've definitely caught out a few of the players. Gotten a bit harder as the week went on, but not as quick as Jacques would have expected there.
Louis de Jager for an escape from Alcatraz, you could say. Not an easy putt though. A little left to right.
Just misses on the right.
Yeah, he certainly hasn't had a whole lot of luck in the greens. I think that's been the difference for the day for Louis de Jager. Still, he'll be in a tied for 6th position. Volkan Inaba, what can he do? He's got the iron out, OG, so the lie can't be too good.
Looks like he came out well enough. Will certainly give himself an opportunity to then get on the green and try and make that birdie. JC Ritchie with a 2-shot lead, heading to the 18th. It's the youngster Wilco Ninaba who's chasing at the moment. Jacques Kruijswijk is at a difficult day out today, at 14 under, along with Henny du Plessis, who I think has been solid throughout the week and today as well.
JB Kruger getting a few birdies at the end to make his round a little more acceptable. He was back to 6 under one stage, so well done to JB. Good rounds from, well, any round under par is a good round today.
Anthony Michael at -4 today. That was definitely a solid one.
Henny du Plessis. He's 3rd to 18. Important hole. Settle, settle. Oh, nice kick off the fringe.
The sort of luck you need out here.
Well, it's between Henny du Plessis and Jacques Kruijswijk for 3rd and 4th place at this stage. It's quite important, 100,000 rand difference between the two.
It's a big putt coming up.
Donny coming out the left rough. It's going to be difficult to control that ball and get close to that, sort of, I wouldn't say front left flag, but it's only 4 from the left, 16 on. He's bogeyed 2 of the last 3 holes. All right, he's found the putting surface. Quite a big importance, those 2 bogeys. He's trying to get in contention with the auto merit winning, or winning the auto merit, should I say. And Jaco Ellis finished earlier, is ahead, so those few bogeys are going to cost him getting closer to the lead than he wanted. Here we go. What can Ninaba do? Is there one little bit of magic for the young 19-year-old? Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, he certainly will have a good look at that birdie putt. I must say, Al, I've actually been impressed by how he's managed to bounce back from the disqualification at the PGA Championship. I think a rookie error, definitely, not signing his card, but also maybe a great thing that it's happened so early in his career, and it's something he will never forget again, I'm sure.
We like to think so, yeah. Yeah, nobody likes to see it, but good view over of the 18th. The tee is right at the back, using the back tee today, so to get up for 2, you'd have to get right to the end of that fairway and then be extremely long. JC, I'm sure it's just going to hit 3-wood, lay it up, take your 5, take your second Limpopo Championship.
Yeah, I don't see anyone attacking this for 2 today.
Last year they did move the tee up, and some of the guys could have a go over the creek. And JC was one of them, eagling the last hole.
Great finishing hole here at Euphoria Golf and Lifestyle Estate.
There you go, JC Ritchie. He's been so steady all day. Has not made a bogey on the weekend.
And he finds the fairway. Regulation par should be good enough here.
Par is definitely good enough. I can't see anything else happening but JC Ritchie being the winner. Danny Fantonda, outside birdie chance. He 3-putted 17 after hitting a great iron shot in and being half a club out. Has he hit it? It's not going back the other way.
Huge putt, this for the 19-year-old.
Yeah, for him to have any hope. No, stranger things have happened. 4 to a 6.
Yeah. Wouldn't want to see it, but anything is possible in a sport.
Seemed to almost go the other way.
Yeah.
Still, great tournament for Wilco Nienaber. If he knocks this in, minus 17 and second on his own, and a check for 403,000 Rand.
Impressive.
I think that makes that disqualification 2 weeks ago a little bit better.
Yeah, it'll definitely, you know, be a bit sweeter once that check clears. And I definitely think we'll see a win from this youngster very soon on the Sunshine Tour.
Absolutely, and he made 4 6s on the par 5s this week, which is you know,
which
for
we're
his
actually
length,
expecting him
yeah,
to dominate this week. Yeah.
Still finish 17 under is a great story. Henny Duplessis, important putt for him. Can he sneak into third on his own?
Get low! Ooh, slight bounce there at the start.
Almost turned up the hill. So that's 14 under. Jacques Kreiswijk needs to birdie to kick him out. Third place, otherwise they will share 400 and 200 each. Daniel van Tonder has to stop the bleeding. Well done. Another top 10 finish for Dani van Tonder. Just to put into perspective, this is his 54th top 10 out of 177 starts. Pretty remarkable.
Wow. Model of consistency. He did lead after the first round. But another top 10 definitely won't hurt. Looking at the order of merit.
He's just got to avoid the bunkers. Down the fairway, one on the right, one on the left. Knows the course well. Sure, he'll lay up short of all of them. Leave himself 90 yards to the front. Taking all the trouble out of play. Pretty good feeling knowing you can make 6 up the last and still win.
Yeah, I don't see him making any silly decisions here.
So I can drop it in the fairway. Okay. Just want to make sure. You happy with that? Yeah. Okay. So I can then drop it in the fairway. Thank you very much.
Not quite sure what that is, but it might be a sprinkler. Overgrown sprinkler head.
Yeah.
I can.
Pretty good break, getting back to the fairway. Here we go, JC Ritchie. He's been in control the whole week.
Club tour, good sign that he likes that shot.
Yeah, as I thought, took all the bunkers out of play, well back of them. Pins middle left, will hit wedge to the middle of the green, 2-putt. Thank you for coming.
Guess that's my cue to go and congratulate JC at the bottom.
OG, thanks for popping in, and we're going to see you down at the prize giving presentation on the putting green.
As jy reg is, go for it, hoor. Okay.
As we just watch Lou De Jager and Kreiswijk hit their seconds. Thank you, OG.
Thank you all. Great job this week.
Coming out that left rough. Must have a decent lie. He's got a rescue. That could be heading towards that right-hand bunker. Louis has fallen back with that bogey into tie for 5th place. Jacques Kreiswijk too far back to go for it. Trying to find a position where he's comfortable with. What number? 60, 80, 90. Everybody has a number that they like to hit. And that's where he'll be trying to lay it up to. What a great feeling for JC Ritchie, knowing he has a 2-shot lead in the middle of the fairway, biggish green. A little bit stressless. I'm sure he wasn't like that the whole day, but to be fair, he's looked in complete control. To play this golf course and not have a bogey on the weekend is extremely impressive. No other player's done it. And only have 3 bogeys the whole week. Nice top 10 finish for Brayton Mayer. Keenan Davidson jumping in the top 20. Same with Andrew Nell. Rourke van der Spey. Anthony Michael, 68 final round. Jaco Prinsloo, last week's winner in the better ball competition.
Small. Get it. Small. 25 shots. 25 shots would do nothing in it.
JC Ritchie. Some kind of wedge. Heard his caddy say 25 shot. Not quite sure what that means at this stage, but they'll know. I think it equates to a 3/4 swing. And as expected, just another controlled shot. Great tempo. Well, it's certain now that JC Ritchie will have back-to-back wins at the Limpopo Championship. What a great achievement. A little bit of work to do yet. Jacques Kreiswijk. If he can make birdie, he'll be third on his own. Par, he'll be tied with Henny Duplessis. Quite a bit of difference. Third place, 255,000 and some change. Fourth place, 153,000. JC Ritchie, the winner, 578,525 rand. Not bad for a week's work.
Not a big one, huh? Yeah, it's just a small one.
It's getting better. All important finishes for Jacques Kreiswijk. He'll have a challenge to a card. JC Ritchie will now, I'm sure, have taken up affiliated membership with the Challenge Tour. Be a winner. He can pick and choose the bigger events. And a big heads up, we've got 2 more events in South Africa. If you can get your top 15 card on the Challenge Tour for the main European Tour, it is a major advantage. It's better than Tour School. Good shot from Ludiaga. Couple of putts away from his 5th Sunshine Tour win, and all coming in quite a short period. Quite interesting. This will shoot JC Ritchie, who is currently 5th on the order merit. 5.7 to them is 1.9. I think we're going to have a new leader on the order merit after this week. Brandon Grace and Louis Oosthuizen will come off the list as they won't fill their allocation. You need to play 5 events to stay on the order of merit. So it's going to be interesting. You'll be just ahead of Jaco Allers, and Daniel van Tonder will be close up there as well. So it's going to make it really interesting for the last 3 events in the Sunshine Tour. Important putt for Jacques Kreiswijk. Every cent counts. Goes away right at the end. So it looks like Henny du Plessis and Jacques Kreiswijk will tie for 3rd position. Take home a healthy check and be nice high up on the Challenge to order merit early. These first 3 co-sanctions event with the Challenge Tour gives everybody an opportunity besides the Challenge Tour players that have come out. All the South Africans an opportunity to play well for 3 weeks and get up quickly and hopefully receive some invites later on or a re-rank. They can carry on playing. There's also a mini order merit for these 3 events, and 5 of the top 10 will get into the Prague Open. Louis for 5th position in his own. Oh, well done, Louis Diaga. Well deserved. Didn't have a lot of luck in the greens today. That front 9 is Cost Louis a few shots on the weekend. Kruijswijk. Well, tied third. Well hold. I'm sure you'll be disappointed, but another third place finish. Third at the Eye of Africa. Third year at the Limpopo Championship. You can see he wears his heart in his sleeve. JC Ritchie. What a great position to be in. Can 3-putt and still win. I'm sure he's trying to get to 20 under. Oh. And there you have it. Back-to-back wins for JC Ritchie. Two 67s on the weekend, no bogeys. What a fantastic victory. Well deserved. On a golf course that took a lot of bogeys out of the players. Not one from this man the last 2 days, and only 3 on the whole week. Some local celebrations, some singing. Quick look of JC trying to get to 20 under. Couple of putts will do. 2-shot victory for this young man, JC Ritchie. 5th Sunshine Tour victory and back-to-back Limpopo Championships. There you have it, JC Ritchie. As he just signs his scorecard, make sure everything gets right. We had that problem last week from the man who came second, Vilko Ninaba, the 19-year-old, and what a prospect. Such a nice, exciting time to talk about his length and just his golf game in general. Jacques Kruijswijk a little disappointed at the end, but that's 2 top 3s and 2 big events. Great to see Ross McGowan comes over to our shores regularly, playing well. Anton Hay, great 66, great to see him back playing his best. Some of the Challenge Tour players. I'm sure everybody having a look at their favorites. Jake Roos moving up 40-odd places on the weekend. Anything under par today, you moved up. Anything in the 60s, you moved up significantly. Stuart Manley, former European Tour player. Garrick Higo, our Rookie of the Year. A left-hander from De Zelza. Nikolai Hoygaard, the twin. His brother Rasmus Højgaard won at Mauritius earlier this year. Great to see twins on tour. I'm sure a lot of sponsors will be inviting them to play all over the place. Keith Horn a little disappointing today. He came into the booth yesterday, enjoyed having his company, his wisdom. Reese Enoch, he was in today, former Cape Town Open champion. He'll be looking forward to next week. Laura, a good 69, good fight back. Sunshine Tour moves to Cape Town for the Cape Town Open next week, then to George for the Dimension Data, and then to Serengeti for the final Tour Championship, where a lot of these guys have got some work to do to finish in the top 50 for the Tour Championship. Move over to the putting green on the front of the clubhouse for the prize giving presentation to OG Malefi.
Thank you, Alan. Welcome to everybody to the trophy presentation for the 2020 Limpopo Championship. Thank you to all of you for staying behind and watching the golf. Thanks to all the golfers. Thanks to everyone who's actually helped and put a hand in making sure that we have a successful tournament. I'd like you guys to give yourselves a round of applause for everything you've done this week. In our presentation panel, we've got the head of the Challenge Tour, Jamie Hodges. Jamie, thanks to you guys for actually coming on board with this idea. I think it's great for the golfers that they have an opportunity to be able to make their way onto the Challenge Tour via a tournament in South Africa. Thomas Abt, Deputy Commissioner of the Sunshine Tour. Thomas, you guys do so much for the golfers, and thank you once again for always finding the tournaments for our players to actually have a place to play. CEO of Limpopo Tourism Agency, Nomasonto Ndlovu. Sisonto, I know you do so much work for this province, and I think a lot of people should thank you because a lot of what I know happens in this province is through you. The Deputy Chairperson of the board, Tate Chikane, thanks to you as well. Andrew Dipela, the Chairperson of the board. Druza, amazing week this week. Thank you for the hospitality. Thank you for continuing to support the sport of golf. Please may it long continue. We love coming here, and I'm sure even hearing some of the European Tour players that actually came to experience this week, they absolutely love their week here. So I'd like to everybody to actually give you guys as Limpopo Tourism a round of applause. And I think the one person we all want to see here today and hear from, your 2020 Limpopo Championship winner, back-to-back champion, JC Ritchie, ladies and gentlemen. JC, congratulations. At this point in time, Druza, please, if you could do the honors for us and once again present the winning trophy to JC. Big trophy indeed. But you got big arms, you can definitely pick it up. And Druza says you played with him in the Pro-Am, so he's definitely a good luck charm.
Definitely, yeah.
Back-to-back wins for you, JC. You must be ecstatic.
Yeah, I'm out of this world. It's just unbelievable. I can't believe it's happened. Today was quite special. I can't say thank you to everyone enough that came out today. Girlfriend, family, all the sponsors, all the people from Limpopo. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I love this event. I love you guys. I'm always going to come back. You guys make this tournament so special for everyone who comes here. And yeah, thank you.
It wasn't easy out there. A lot of players in contention heading into today. What did you have to keep reminding yourself to?
Just to stay patient, to try and hit as many greens as possible. Just try not to make any mistakes. Try and actually play very conservative, and it managed to pay off, same as last year.
Congratulations. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your 2020 Limpopo Championship winner, JC Ritchie. Well, thank you once again to everyone for coming out. For those heading to other provinces, please travel safe. Thank you once again to the Challenge Tour. We've got another 2 co-sanctioned events that are going to be happening, so please do stay tuned. For those that joined us on our Facebook live stream, make sure that you join us again next time. And thank you to the Sunshine Tour, the Limpopo Tourism Agency, and most importantly to all of you for coming out to watch us.
And there you have it. JC Ritchie, the Limpopo Championship winner for the consecutive year. Well deserved. Back-to-back 67s on the weekend. No bogeys. The youngster Volker Ninaber, fantastic second place position. Some good scores from the guys further down the leaderboard. Anton Haig, great to see him back in where he should be. Some of your favorites, Keenan Davidson, top 20. And from all of us at the Sunshine Tour, thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you for the Limpopo Championship. Thank you for all watching this live streaming. And we look forward to seeing you shortly.